His name is Gerald Fornshell, and he was in court this morning for exposing himself to two teenage girls in a local store.
Fornshell is clearly a very troubled individual because he keeps doing the same things over and over again. Local 12's Rich Jaffe joins us now from the newsroom with a look at what is and what is not being done with people like Fornshell. Rich?
Cammie, Gerald Fornshell is what the guys in the courthouse call a frequent flyer. He's been there over and over again on similar charges. He likes to expose himself in front of people, usually women. You would think that a guy like this would be labeled as a sex offender and have to register so law enforcement would have some kind of control over him. But we found that's not the case, at least not yet. Gerald Fornshell didn't have anything to say in court today when he stood in front of Judge Brad Greenberg. There really wasn't anything to say. He's seen it all before, at least 6 times. Gerald Fornshell was arrested last week after allegedly exposing himself to a 15 and 16-year-old girl at this Big Lots store in Springdale. The girls identified him, he admitted he'd been in the store, and the next day they picked him out of a lineup. In 2005, we found Gerald Fornshell was sentenced on a public indecency charge. Then in 2006, police say he exposed his genitals to a woman entering a Springdale bookstore. In 2010, he even got 2 years in prison after driving next to a woman while he was masturbating, then covering up the license plate of his car with a T-shirt, which got him a tampering with evidence charge. I spoke with Fornshell's father today, and he told me the family has tried to get his son help for years to no avail. But that may not be an issue now. Because of his prior convictions, Gerald Fornshell's new charge is a felony. And when I looked at his prison information, it appears that when he was released in 2013, Gerald Fornshell was put on 5 years of supervision. That means he should still be under the control of Ohio's Adult Parole Authority. Now, as for being a registered sex offender, I checked with the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office, and their chief of staff told me that under current law in this state, the sex offender laws, public indecency, even 6 times, is not one of the offenses for which you have to register. I do want to point out, though, that the last time we had an offender like this in front of Judge Greenberg, in a continuing voyeurism charge, he changed the Hamilton County regulations so that people like that now have to go in front of a judge before they can make bond. So laws can change, and we'll be watching to see if this one does. In the newsroom, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Cammie?
And Rich, did Judge Greenberg give any kind of indication as to whether he might make an effort to change this?
Well, we're not sure that this is actually under his purview because we're talking about state law here, but you can rest assured when he set that $150,000 secured bond on Fornshell today, he was sending a message of another kind right there. So we'll see what happens henceforth.
You're for sure. All right, Rich, thank you. Judge Greenberg set Fornshell's bond, as Rich mentioned, at $150,000, and now his case will go to a grand jury. That'll happen on July 2nd, and it is very possible that he will face additional charges. Of course, we'll let you know what happens.